Hello, interhumans. I don't know if I said that too fast, so that's that. Anyway, um, welcome back to my gob. So, just a quick little moment. Why is my phone here? Um, I know I didn't pitch up last week. I know that. The reason I didn't pitch up is the same reason I didn't pitch up the first time. Like, I was feeling like utter and absolute shit. But, it's quite ironic because, the topic that I wanted to cover, and that's, why I said, the topic would probably, seep into this week as well, was, literally the fact that, it completely stems onto the fact as to why I have been, missing quite a few of my lives. Because, pure fact is that our medical health system in South Africa is an absolute gutter swamp of non-existence. So yeah, as some people know, the reason I'm just kind of going with the conversation is because I do backlog these onto YouTube, because some people miss the beginning or the end or whatever, and then they want to kind of hear that, but I'm just gonna keep going. So the point is, why I've been missing so many of my lives is because our health system is not even a joke, because a joke is at least mildly funny, but yeah. So most people that have been following my profile and things, thanks to those joining, hello my Zani Leaf, so most of the most of the people that join into these by now know about the fact that I have been diagnosed with functional neurological disorder. The reason I keep referring to it as being diagnosed with is the fact that even though I've been diagnosed with this disorder, it's come to my attention quite recently that I was diagnosed with an illness that literally nobody ever made any kind of effort to actually diagnose properly. So what was their diagnostic criteria for said diagnosis? I was admitted to the hospital in this farm-like community called Vredendal here in South Africa. And literally what happened was that while I was in the hospital, because I was having what they call in the chronically ill community a flare. So but I was having a pretty bad one. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks at that point, not getting better, having points where the staff were because I get these episodes where I look like I have sleeping sickness, bro, because I just pass out and then don't wake up and feel like shit for several days. And it just becomes an absolute problem for me. So while I was in hospital, literally while I'm in hospital, this is happening. So I am on heart monitors and shit. People can see the fact that my heart rate is dropping between the is dropping below the standard alive rate, where they're waking me up and I'm not talking to people. I can be sleeping and my heart rate will go above 100. There's medical professionals seeing this happening. So this being a farming community, in Vredendal, they didn't have the resources relevant to dealing with this kind of situation. So they contact Tygerberg Hospital, which is here in Cape Town. It's the biggest, beyond Grote Skier, it's the biggest government owned hospital chain. So they contact this hospital to try and get me transferred from Vredendal to Tygerberg Hospital. And the people are just not taking, well, not the people, this one name and shame dropped fucking Dr. Albertine that works at Tygerberg Hospital. She's not taking this seriously at all. She thinks it's yokels just making up some shit and sending me over to not have to deal with the complex situation. So eventually I have to be discharged from hospital because they literally can't do anything else for me. I'm taking up space. So I go home, and it's just a constant struggle. Eventually I get the contact information of one of the professors of neurology, and another professor at another freaking mental at another facility for neurology. The doctors are constantly contacting And like about like a month or so later, like eventually I get a date. I get a date to come down to Cape Town to be like seen at Tigerberg. And I'm supposed to see this doctor that was like stonewalling me being transferred to this hospital from the hospital. I have to see her. Like, my appointment is supposedly to see her. But instead of like making my appointment at the neurology clinic, she makes my appointment at the neurology / psychiatric clinic. And this is where it gets like real interesting, because then what happens is, instead of seeing me herself, she goes and sits in the boardroom and has a student address me instead. So I was like protocol, I get it, like whatever, but like why make all the effort? Because like at this point, like I am in Vredendal. Like this is like 4 hours away. And like I had to take this like which is really cool. Like a lot of people don't know this, but like in the platteland here in South Africa, they have these like really cool health net services, which is like it's like a taxi ambulance. So they have like ambulance workers driving these like ambulance buses, but it's set up completely like a taxi. So it moves the people from the platteland to Cape Town. You have to go the evening before and like kind of like wait at the hospital depot, and then they leave like in the morning hours between 2 and 3 and then drive you down to Cape Town, and you stop like on the way and pick up more patients as you keep going. So then eventually you get to Cape Town at 8 in the morning. Like, if you're lucky, sometimes you're late as well. But at least they have this cool thing where they herd you like cattle and they stick a sticker on you and they say, like, health net patient. So, like, at least that helps them see you faster when you do get to your appointment, though. So, get to my appointment after all of this freaking trauma. And, they made me bring my bags because, like, at that point, my hospital thought that I was going to be admitted because, like, that's what they understood. But no, like this doctor didn't even see me. She had me see one of the students. So the student sees me, and I don't know what the student wrote in her papers, but it seems that like the doctor wasn't too happy about whatever the fuck the student said. So she ended up like coming in for like maybe 5 seconds, like doing like a minor tiny little version of like the mock-up that like you're supposed to do for neurological testing, fucks off, sends the student back to tell me that I have functional neurological disorder and they can't do anything for me, so they aren't gonna do anything for me. Goodbye. Like, see you never. So I'm upset at this point. Like at that point I'm just like gutted, dude. Like I am just like gutted because I'm just like, what the fuck was this for? Like, what was this for? So what ends up happening is I emailed the professor that originally helped me get the appointment in the first place, and he makes her see me again. He gets me a second appointment, which I have to do the whole schlep again, like coming down with like freaking hospital taxi ambulance bus thing. So like come back all the time, like again. She's supposed to see me this time. Do you think that she saw me? No, she did not see me. She gave me another student to see me. So like the student just kind of like, again, like the student goes to her, says whatever the fuck that he said to her, and she decides like, I don't quite agree with you, but like you can tell her she's got functional neurological disorder and then we'll refer her to the pain clinic, because like part of my illness is that I suffer from severe chronic pain. Like apparently like my chronic pain is like like there is this weird scale. My best friend like showed it to me one time. I can't remember where I rank on the scale. She's in here if she wants to chime in and remembers where on the scale to pregnancy I ranked, but like it's bad. It's pretty bad. And that's every day. That's every day of my life. Like I have to every single day deal with what the average human person sees on a pain scale of 1 to 10. Like they rank it around like an 8 or a 9. That is my 1. That is like my 1. That like 0. That's like my base. That's like my baseline of pain that I feel every single day. So this bitch sends me to the pain clinic. Go to the pain clinic. Get to the pain clinic. The pain clinic is like, oh, cool. Like, we are looking at your history here, and based on your history, you've kind of like done everything we can do for you, because like the main like intervention that the pain clinic does is like a bunch of therapy. But like they have this one therapy that I can try, which I have been doing. Like today was my 5th session out of 8, so I've got 3 more sessions left with that. And like so like what happens is that I get to the pain clinic and they're like, you've done all the therapy, but like you can do this one more, but like we can't realistically see what else we can do for you unless you've seen like a rheumatologist. Like, did they do an MRI? Did they do like an epilepsy test? Like what did they do? And like, there's fuck all. This bitch did nothing because she's a cunt. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot and I hope I don't get kicked. But like the point is, like, this woman just like decided like outright, like while I was still in hospital that side, before she ever fucking saw me, she decided that she was not going to help me. But anyway, so came back. In that period, like a lot of shit happened in my personal life that like ended up forcing me to move to Cape Town, like period, like, which was kind of like okay, because like then I could at least like start like seeing a therapist weekly again, and like I was able to like join the they call it EAET, which is like emotional awareness and expression therapy. It's like pretty cool. It like makes you feel emotions that you never knew you could feel, because like it just like kind of like goes really freaking deep. Like, I have no problem with the stuff that they've given me. Like, there is stuff that's been working, but the point is that every single time I get somewhere, I just get stonewalled by the fact that like these people have not done the testing. They have not done any of the testing. So fast forward like several months to where we are now. And like now my symptoms are just continuously getting worse. Like it's like not even a joke anymore. Like, it's just getting worse. Like, I'm sure like the people who are here, like Zanmari, Wright, Winterbody, like a bunch of my like regulars, like I can see you guys. I love you guys. Like, thank you for being here again. Like, I know you guys like and share, like, on my normal videos. Like, you guys are constantly on my lives. Like, I respect you guys so much. Thank you for coming here and listening to me, bitch. But, like, as you've probably seen in my recent TikToks, like, I have very much been at home. Like, I barely go out. I'm mostly at home every single day. And that's because my symptoms have just been getting worse. It's to a point where like every single time I just go to one of my therapy sessions, I can barely speak to my mother when I get home, because my body is just in so much pain and I'm just like so overstimulated. So I've been trying to like fight this whole situation with like constantly just going to the doctors and asking them like can you just get me like baseline? Like, I don't want, like, I get it, an MRI is really freaking expensive. Like, I'm not trying to like get you to like give me an MRI if you don't feel like it's necessary, especially because like I have to be referred by a neurologist, and the neurologist that's supposed to like let me be seen by neurology won't let me be seen by neurology because she's a fucking worthless piece of shit. But like, anyway, so just let me see someone, because like they've given me all of the support groups. I have changed my diet to the point where like I barely eat at this point, because like I can't eat anything. And then even when the little bit that I do eat ends up usually causing me severe pain and discomfort. And like, it's just like an absolute freaking nightmare. Like, and they just refused to help me. So then it got to a point where they were like, okay, yeah, but like we're waiting for government funding. We're waiting for government funding. Then they're going to open this F&D clinic, which like they have received funding for the F&D clinic now, but like they don't know where it's going to be yet. They don't know who the staff is going to be yet. Oh, and of course, like just listen to this. Like, just listen to this. It's an illness, like, it's, like, an actual freaking illness that, like, you need, like, training and stuff for. But, like, obviously people don't receive this as, like, standard training. Guess how many days the training program is gonna be for the staff to, like, work with people with F&D? 4 days. They're gonna give them training for 4 days to work with us on, like, our illnesses and stuff. And, like, they can't even tell me, like, I was asking them, like, what kind of therapy and stuff are you gonna bring into the F&D clinic? Because, like, obviously, like, I've been joining support groups, I've been, like, following TikToks, because there's, like, a few people on TikTok that happen to have the same illness as me. There's this really cool chick, Ava, that, like, I feel like she suffers way more than me, but, like, shout out to her. But, like, they're, like, all of these people, like, they're sharing their journeys, and they're sharing the stuff that they receive as treatment. They're sharing the stuff that they're sharing like what their journey has been like, and like all of these things. And I'm sitting here in South Africa, because most of these people are in Britain and America and like Europe and that kind of stuff. Mostly like Britain and America, like that I've found personally. But I guess the thing is just because like maybe like a lot of the European people might not be in English, because like obviously I watch English stuff and Afrikaans stuff because like that's the two languages that I'm proficient enough in to speak and understand. But like yeah, so like, and like these people are going for like IV treatments, these people are seeing occupational therapists on a weekly, these people are like going for mobility therapy, they're going for like physiotherapy, like they're getting like treatment, my guys, like treatment. And like realistically, as a South African, like there's a few people I'm assuming in here like that's like I think like all of you guys are probably South African. I don't think South African streams make it outside of our country that often. So like it's just like we all know where this is going. We all know what's gonna happen. They're gonna probably give us like me and like whoever the other people are with FND, because like obviously it's not something that like we share in South Africa because of the Poppy Act. But like they're gonna give us like base mode. Like we're gonna be able to maybe see a OT like once a month if we're lucky. We're probably not gonna get any IV treatment. Like that's just not gonna be a thing. They're not gonna like give us that resource. If we get mobility therapy, that will probably also be like once a month, if not like once over several months. Like we're just not going to receive the treatment that we're supposed to do. And like the problem is that most people with FND have some kind of subsequent illness. Like they have a connective tissue disorder, or they have like some formulative problem with their brain, or like something. They have something beyond the FND. It's never just the FND. It's never just psychiatric. There's always like something that people always kind of missed that like added onto the psychiatric. Because like all of the people with FND that I've met have like usually got like ADHD, or like, well, usually a combination of ADHD and or autism or ADHD and PTSD. Like that combination is usually struck in like all of these people that I've met. But then all of these people also like have like these like other symptoms that like they get, like, because recently, like at first I thought like it was weird because like I was sick as a child. And like usually the people that I was speaking to, like they didn't have symptoms as a child. But then I found out it's not that they didn't have the symptoms, it's just they didn't have it showing up as severely as I did. So all of them had like prerequisite like warning signs, but the warning signs wasn't about FND. It's usually the warning signs is because of a pre-existing condition, like a connective tissue disorder, or like a brain, or like something that like got exacerbated by the mental side of things, and then it like made this beautiful little cluster illness that like nobody fucking knows how to handle. FND, for an interesting fact, and those that know a little bit about psychiatry and like have like studied DSM ever in their life, it used to be known as conversion disorder, which the conversion disorder is literally tied to like a PMDD, the version of PMS that makes you like completely psycho, and then it's also tied to what they used to call in the old days hysteria, which like I feel a little fucking hysterical right now, like trying to just like get like basic human decency when it comes to like my treatment. But yeah, like that's kind of like where I've been at like for the last kind of like couple of months now. And like the TikTok live that I did where I was trying to explain this stuff to you guys, like where I got flagged for. By the way, like, I don't know how many of you guys saw that little fucking episode, but, like, I got flagged for sexual indecency. But, like, literally, guys, like, I was doing exactly what I do. Okay, I was a little bit less, like, hyperactive than I am now, because, like, I was having, like, a really bad flare at that point. But, like, I had, like, a t-shirt on. It was, like, a shoulder off-cut t-shirt. It was, like, super baggy. Like, this is tight. Like, that was, like, bag. Like, I looked like I had a bag on. And I was, like, sitting, like, normal. I was, like, in a different background, though. But, like, I was sitting, like, normal. I had, like, tights on with a t-shirt. And someone flagged me for sexual indecency. And I was just, like, what the fuck? And I got banned for, like, a few days. But, like, it was fine. Because, like, at least it, like, didn't overlap with my next live. So that was fine. Like, I don't care. I'm anyway, like, not making money off of this in any way. because like I feel like it is begging to ask people to send you gifts and things. I think it's like really weird, and like I never started doing any of this for money. Like any of my YouTube stuff, like none of that. Like my Instagram, my like Meta, basically, like TikTok, none of that stuff I started doing for the sake of money. I started doing it because it was a creative outlet, and like I did post a video on that, like I think last week or the week before, where I was like explaining the fact that like this is just a creative outlet for me, and like I just kind of like followed the natural progression of things, and that ended up me sitting here talking to a screen with like all of you cool people like joining in. It's like again, like the people who have been here before, like you know, but like the rest don't know. Like I can't focus on the names coming in. Like I know it's like not that many people, but like I can't focus on that, so like it makes it really, really difficult for me. But thank you guys for coming in, and thank you guys for joining, because like honestly, since I started doing this, I never even anticipated like anybody except for my best friend being here. So like kudos to you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. But yeah, like, so like when I did that video, like I was trying to explain this. Okay, yeah, I went like way further back in like my stuff, but like why the trauma and stuff exists and whatever, but like I figured like fuck that. But like I'll just like get to the core of the problem and like tell you what's going on now. So the problem is that like I have really not physically been doing well. Like mentally, I'm actually really pretty okay. Like I'm pretty okay, except for the days when it gets like so physically bad that like my body literally can't keep up anymore. Like those days are pretty shit, but like mentally. But like most of the time I'm quite mentally strong. Like I'm going for like weekly talk therapy. I'm going for not bi-weekly, I'm going for like fortnightly. Yeah, like every fortnight I'm going for this like EAT therapy. So like mentally I'm quite strong. The thing is just like my body's fucking out, and the people are just like not taking it seriously. And like it's actually like getting to a point where it's making me feel like I am like not valid as a person. It's making me feel that like, because I am, because let's be fair, the people who get help in South Africa are the people who are throwing a tantrum, the people who are like freaking out, the people who are like, so like, either you need to have money or you need to have like no self-respect or respect for others, because like that's like the one of the two extremes. That's how you get help in South Africa. But like I'm someone who speaks eloquently. I'm someone who has like some kind of fucking background in like psychoactive care, because like I worked with special needs kids before I got sick. Like, because I can use the right words and because I can talk good, apparently that makes me less worthy of receiving the help that I need. And I think like that's something that like a lot of chronic pain people, a lot of chronic illness people deal with every single day. It's the fact that like people don't think that we are valid, because simply the main thing is just like that most of us aren't unintelligent people. Not that I'm saying other people are unintelligent. I'm just saying that like we don't present typically. We don't have tantrums when we go to the offices. We're actually the people who like walk into a therapy session, and then when our therapist asks us how we're doing, we ask them, "Oh, thank you." Like we'll just be like, "Oh, I'm fine. How are you doing? Like you look a little bit tired." Like we're immediately like trying to be the therapist instead of like being the receiver of the therapy, like bruh words. Anyway, so like we're people who are usually like caretakers. We're people who are the strong one. We are the people who are like we're people who are usually seen as like not needing of help. And the thing that like really frustrates me, and I think it frustrates a lot of other chronically ill people, is the fact that like we get seen that way by medical health providers as well. We go into these appointments every single time hoping that this one's going to be different, hoping that this time this doctor is going to see me. This doctor is going to see that I am in pain. This doctor is going to like something like they keep giving you new tests. Like I'm at a point where they're not even fucking giving me new tests because like we're waiting for the clinic to open. But like usually you go to a bunch of new doctors, there's new tests, there's new things, but like somehow you just never get that test, the test that you need. And like even if you get the test that you need, especially with autoimmune, like as they say, the dysautonomic blanket, if you're falling into that category, even if you get the right tests, even if you get the appropriate diagnosis, guess what, bitch? You're shit out of luck because there's no treatment. Like in a few autoimmune illnesses, like for example, if you have a thymome cancer, which is like that little, like when you swallow in your throat, there's like a little like thingy, especially when you're like a kid, like little kid, there's like this little flesh piece like that goes over your throat to make sure that you don't accidentally breathe the milk in instead of swallowing it. So like what happens is as we age, this like kind of like pulls back, so it's like not in, like it needs to go away. And for some people that doesn't happen, and then it ends up causing like a canceratic thing. And it like the problem is with you having this thing that wasn't supposed to be there, your brain starts like producing hormones that it's not supposed to have. And then when they remove the thymoma, at the end those hormones are like, what the fuck, where's my source, and like starts freaking out. But like they have this really cool medication for that though. They call it mestinin, which like you literally drink your pill, and as long as you keep drinking your pill, you're kind of like stable for the most part. Like you still are super prone to infections, you're super prone to tiredness, like it's not a one-hit fit for these people, because it's still an autoimmune illness. But like they do have this medication. And then like I know like some other illnesses, like I heard a lot of people that have fibromyalgia see like really great results from going to physical therapy. But like my point is, like, everybody has like a thing that can like kind of like level shit out, but like nobody actually has a cure. Like there's no cure. There's like a bunch of like management techniques like that they can like give you, like most of us go to talk therapy because like stress is like a really big trigger for people with autoimmune illnesses. I don't even think functional neurological qualifies as an autoimmune, but it doesn't quite qualify as a neurological disorder either. It's like they don't really know what to do with it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That's not my point. Oh, that hurts. Anyway, I was sitting on my foot, by the way, sorry. The point that I'm trying to make, that I lost, that was a weird sound. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is that, like, in South Africa, we just this fucking year, like, this wasn't, like, a highly publicized event, by the way. It was highly publicized, the fact that our fuel is going up. It was highly publicized that people's salaries are barely going up. It was highly publicized, the fact that, like, fucking SASSA went up 10 rand, a whole fucking 10 rand. People, we live in a country where old people, disabled people are literally receiving 2,400 rand a month. And they have to somehow afford rent. They have to buy themselves food. They have to, like, have a fucking life. They have to go, like, at least, like, they don't have to pay for their doctors and stuff. But, like, they still have to get to the doctor. And, like, they've got 2,400 rand. 2,400 rand. That's it. Like, all of the money that they have in a month. And then if you are someone who's fortunate enough to be on SASSA but still have some kind of ability to work, you are not allowed to earn more than 5,000 rand a month. So in other words, if you're, and like let's be fair, like, there's no company that's giving you 5,000 rand a month for like a half-day job, because they're exploiting the situation. So most of these people are working full days, my guy, full days for 5,000 rand. That's what was happening to me. Like, you're working full days for 5,000 rand a month. So, like, with that, like, salary that you're getting, and then the SASSA with it, you're making 7,400 rand a month, and you somehow have to cover transport. You have to buy food, because when you are ill, especially like chronically ill people that like get put onto SASA, for example, not by choice, by the way. You like kind of like don't have a choice because like the companies just like don't fucking care. They just don't keep you on once they realize that you have a chronic illness. But like they put you on SASA and it's like you now have no ability to work and like earn subsequent income basically. And then at the same time, like, so like what I was trying to say is like you have to eat a certain way. For you to be a person with a chronic illness, you have to eat certain foods. You have to eat like someone who lives in Welgemoot, my dude. Like you have to eat like organic. You have to eat whole grain. You have to eat above 40 grams of protein per meal. Like you have to eat fresh vegetables. You can't have starch. You can barely have sugar. Even fruit. There are certain fruits you can now not eat anymore. Vegetables that like people think like all vegetables are valid and like healthy and shit. There are certain vegetables you can't eat when you have a chronic illness. It's like really like even certain meat. Like for example, I can't eat a steak because like my body doesn't have the enzymes to process a whole like ass steak, like even a 200-gram steak. I can have like mincemeat in the form of like patties or like sausage or like mincemeat, like just like mincemeat made in a meal. But like I can't have a steak like that. Like that's like not even an availability for me anymore. Like even chicken or something like that, I can't have like a whole chicken breast. I have to like keep it down to the small parts of the chicken or like only eat like tiny bit of it because like my body now said my body needs protein because like protein has vitamin B6 and 12 in it, which I need to like keep me like upright and like keep my emotions like somehow stable because B12 is like really very important for you to have enough oxytocin in your body. And like but like they don't care like they don't fucking care. Did you guys see what fucking meat costs now? But like anyway, the point that I was trying to get to is like everything is too shit. Like everything is more expensive. Everybody gets paid less. But do you want to know what our beautiful country pulled in? This was the best tax year in South African history because almost everybody paid their taxes and back taxes. They also put a little fine onto everybody, by the way, where you had to pay like this extra little fine. Like a lot of people are like still fighting about it. They got in a tax revenue this year of 5.2 billion rand. 5.2 billion rand. Which like, but like everything, like the government has more money than it's ever had before. But like everything else that they're spending money on, because like this is another like reason why the public health system is so fucked right now. Because like they have cut the resources. Like you guys know this, how like under-resourced government facilities are, especially medical facilities. They have now gone and cut the resources even more. So government facilities now per unit, except for the student doctors that's doing their Zuma years, like the guys that's like first year interns to like the like that they're graduating here, like those doctors, they're there. But then they're there. Anyway, so beyond those, like students, basically, they're basically students. Like, yes, they did finish their theoretical work, so they technically have a bunch of knowledge on medicine. The problem, though, is that, like, they still have to get the physical hours done. Those are the doctors that are seeing you now at medical facilities because there aren't any like senior like they have like every faculty has like a professor that's like the senior doctor, like in head, like the head of the faculty. And then I think they have like some departments have like a few extra like doctors that like help out as like locums and stuff. But like over general, there are no senior doctors. There's like almost no senior doctors anymore. It's all students of different levels, like just like passing their grades. They're not going to stay there. They're literally just like finishing their shit up and moving along to like some private practice. And like that's because the government has now cut their funding even more. The government cut the funding on like how many cleaners a hospital has available. The nursing staff have now got more hours and less salary, and there's less nursing staff as well. Like a lot of nursing staff actually now have to take up the role of the cleaning staff because there is like such a low quantity of cleaning staff. So like the nurse now has to like, and like because there's a lack of doctors as well, the nurses, oh my god, like God bless, like the fucking nurses in South Africa, my guy, like whenever you go into a government facility and you feel the urge to in any way be rude to a nurse, just give yourself a massive clap across the face, because like, no, those people do not deserve it. The nurses have to take up the excess of like what the doctors can't get to. The nurses have to take up the excess of what the cleaners can't get to. They have to like literally, the nurses, these people, like the nursing staff in South Africa are literally angels, my guy. Like if there is any form of like holy entity on this earth, like migrating amongst us feeble fucking humans, it is the nursing staff in public care facilities, guys. These people are working themselves to death for almost nothing. Like literally almost nothing. Like, okay, obviously, like, it's more than the average person makes. My guy, are you gonna do what they do? No. And are you gonna do it for the money that they're doing it? Definitely no. That's why, like, they are understaffed as well, because, like, everybody's going fucking private. Nobody wants to work for the government because, like, the government doesn't pay. But, like, somehow, we have these beautiful, saintly freaking people that are still there. They're still in the trenches, like, battling every day. You've got nurses that literally come out of nursing college and retire in government jobs. Like, if that is not a saint, like people were talking about, like Saint Teresa. My dude, Saint Teresa doesn't have shit on these people. These people are often not even trained to deal with psychiatric issue, especially the EMT nurses, the ones that's like working in ICU. Most of them have like very minimal training when it comes to psychiatric disorders, because like you have to study extra for that shit. It's not a base thing that they put into their studies. And like these people have to deal with people having schizophrenic and bipolar episodes. They have to deal with people coming in there on freaking drugs beyond their bloody brains. Like they're like they have to deal with people that are trying to like take themselves out of the equation. They have to deal with people who are intoxicated, people who are literally like, I've been in ICU where like there was a man that had a sharp object that I'm gonna try to like make this as PG as I possibly can. He had a thing in his head, and the things that was supposed to be in his head was coming out of his head, and like the whole time the sisters are just trying to calm him down so that he doesn't like pass from existence, and the only thing he cares about is the fact that he wants to take the thing out of his head and go home to reinsert the object into the person that inserted it into his head's body. And he's completely fudged. Like you can see he has like either drugs or alcohol or something in his system, and these poor nurses have to like deal with this because there's like barely security. Like even if the security are there, the most that the security can do is like kind of like hold them while the nurses sedate them. But even that isn't always an option, because like if the person is there and they're intoxicated or on drugs, like you can't just sedate someone, because you could accidentally give them something that like exacerbates the stuff that's already in their system, and you kind of like cancel their subscription to life. So it's like these poor people that like are working as nurses, and like I know I started this as a rant on like what was wrong in the medical system based on what's happening to me, but like when it comes to the nurses, bruh, I have nothing against the nurse. Those guys, like nurses are literally like saints. They're like the best people to ever live in this world. But that said, the other thing that the nurses have to deal with, the same thing that I've been dealing with, and like every other like patient in the medical health services of our government. Like, we all have to deal with the fact that a bunch of these students, guys, again, I want to reiterate the fact that, like, yes, they did finish the theoretical part of their studies, but they are still finishing the practical hours to certify them as a medical doctor. So, they are students. They're doctors, but they are students. They are not complete doctors yet. And most of these people that are like, please don't kruisig me for this, but like, I'm not saying it's everybody. Like it's like not every one of the students, but a great superior muchness of them have these god complexes where like, oh, I am a doctor and therefore I am better than you. And it's like, no, bruh, you are literally a child. You are a child, still busy becoming an adult, still busy becoming a doctor. And now, somehow, you therefore have more right to talk on things that, like, other people know more than, like this is the thing that got me, especially with, like my referral process to Tigerberg. The person who helped me get the first appointment, he is the professor that is the faculty head of neurology at Tigerberg Hospital. But as the fact that he is the faculty head at Tigerberg Hospital, he doesn't see patients anymore. He deals with the students. He like reviews cases, like that kind of stuff. But he can only do so much. But he can try to pull like his weight, but like only so much. And like this woman that like kind of just like said like no, like before even seeing me or ever fucking seeing me, she is literally she's literally still finishing. She hasn't actually completely finished her studies yet, or she's just finished her studies and but the point is, this guy has been the head of neurology for like many years. His name's Professor John Carr. He's like a really fucking cool person. If you ever have the time to read up on him, do so. He started the long COVID program. Like, he's a really legit human. He's freaking cool. But like this man exists. He's like yeah, and he thought it was a valid enough case to refer to neurology. And this little girl, especially compared to him, I think like me and her might either be close to the same age or she might be like slightly younger than me. But like the point is, like, she decides that like his ruling is invalid. He didn't see me. She didn't see me either. But like both of them got exactly the same information packet. And he decided I am worth seeing for a different reason. And then she decided that I'm not worth seeing. But she gave me a diagnosis without testing for it. Like that, like that's like fine, right? That's okay. We can give like potentially like life-destroyingly fucking sad diagnoses to people without like ever like seeing them, right? That sounds valid. I think that sounds fair. No, I don't. I don't think that sounds fair. I don't think that's valid either. And yeah, like I feel, I've been on this for 42, yay, for like a split second. Anyway, the point is, I have so many things that I want to rant about, but I'm just like I will probably touch on some of the other things like in a moment. But like the one thing that like really has been bothering me, and I think it's just like mostly because like it's like really a big part of like what I deal with every single day, and it is the systemic injustice that is the South African government. Whether it's in the medical field, that like obviously that's been what's like been addressing my life like most directly is like the medical problems, but like it doesn't stop there. It just like moves into everything. Like yesterday when I was driving, I heard that they're talking about implementing some kind of smokers like thing now, where there's like some kind of like fine or something to do with like smoking, and I was just like, bruh. And then like the one person actually did phone into the radio channel, because like they asked people to like phone in with their opinions, and like the one guy phones in and he like made a very valid point, because he was like saying like how like, what about you guys try and like solve the real crime? What about that? Like, what about you like try and like actually solve real crime, and like then you like fuck around with people's cigarettes again? Because like we did fuck around with people's cigarettes, if you all can remember that. It wasn't that long ago actually. It was like, yeah, I think we only got our cigarettes back like close to like 22. So they did that. They did do that. And like this is the one thing that I like really don't get about like not just the world government, but like specifically our government. Like we have this like puppet government. It's like not a real government. It's like kind of like just there to like take our money and like make us poor. Like that's the only reason our government is there. But like South Africa as a general state, we are what they call a self-governing nation, because most of the things that happen in South Africa, it's us. We're making our world go around. We're making things better. We're literally the type of country where like we laugh about everything, not because like we think it's funny, but because of like the fact that like we know we can't change it. We just like know we're screwed. And like we just got to a point where it's like, bruh, if it doesn't hurt me, why the fuck care? And if and especially thinking about like the year of the 2020s and the year of the 2021s, because like the only like we like, let's just be fair, they milked lockdown as far as they could. And like I don't think like no matter what our version of conspiracy theory is that we love to believe in, it's not conspiracy theories, guys, let's be honest. Like in South Africa, like if you guess it, it's probably true. But like the whole cigarette thing, for example, like everybody thinking that like Zuma was just like feeding his kid's pocket by like having the illegal cigarettes, which like he basically owns, like probably valid, probably very valid. Like but what did we do with that information? We made a song. And like we took Koptuki, we took her words and we turned it into a song that now in fact is so freaking popular over the world that like people love it. People listen to When People Zold like all of the time. And like why is that? It's because South Africa can't take anything seriously. Like South African citizens don't take anything seriously, and I think it's brilliant that we don't, because like if we did take things seriously, the South African alcohol distribution centers would like not exist anymore. Like it would just like not be a thing. And let's be fair, like we financed every freaking corner shop for the next couple of years by buying those cigarettes from them. Like it was just a thing. It was brilliant and I loved it. Like I was talking to my best friend yesterday, Zanmarie. She's maybe still in here somewhere. But like I was talking to her about the whole like saga of the cigarettes and the alcohol bans like back on that time. And like just like because like my dad and I each had a driving permit, like a driving pass, because both of us were essential workers. And like I just remember like both of us, every time we had to leave the house, we had like this kind of like segue route with like our like known corner stores that we like knew usually had cigarettes. So like we would always like kind of like do like a little like on the way home to try and like find cigarettes. And then we eventually found this one corner store that like we were like customers before the whole situation. And then like what happened was like that this guy ended up like, even when the packets of cigarettes were like turning by 200 rand a packet, he would like make us wait in the back of the store when he saw us until like the store was quiet, and then he would like let us come by, because he charged us 80 rand the whole time. Like the whole time he charged us 80 rand. He never like went up over 100 like the other people did. Like the most expensive I paid for a packet of cigarettes was like, because like the one time they did kind of like catch on to the fact that he was selling, because like obviously you I don't know why people have to like piss on other people's parades, but like obviously a lot of these corner stores got reported a few times, and then they had to close their doors for a couple of days or whatever. So like then I would have to like find one of the other stores. And usually in that time, like that, like the most expensive I paid, I had to pay $180 for a packet. And that was like rough, because like it was like, what was it? I didn't even get Chicago that time, guy. I didn't even get Chicago. I got something else. Like I've never even seen that one again. But like it was just like such a testament to the fact that like you're not gonna get us down. It doesn't matter what you throw at South Africa. They gave us load shedding. What did we do? We started braaiing every night. We had what, guys, remember when we had load shedding and water shortages. Like, I don't know who else here was like one of those smile water warriors. I was a smile water warrior. Like, I was like not washing my car, like when like turning off the shower in between, like when you're like wash, like make yourself wet, like get some water on your sponge, like wash your body, open it, wash yourself off, like I was like living that life, like keeping like water in the buckets and things, like, and like, oh my gosh, every time it rained, like hands down, like my dad and I, we just had like the car shampoo and a sponge. We just freaking ran outside and we were just like washing our cars and like, and I know a lot of other people were doing it too, because we were living kind of like a housing not like housing complex, but we were living in like a complex where like a bunch of people like live close to each other, like in a single, so like, and like it wasn't just us, like, because everybody else was doing exactly the same thing. People were like coming outside and like holding a bucket, like they were like holding bucket, like people had like buckets outside to like gather some extra water for stuff. The sale of JoJo tanks. The sale of JoJo tanks in our country skyrocketed in that era. I still remember I was working at a wine cellar, like I was making wine during the first period before we had the Eskomse push app. Like before we had that, like when it was like just starting, I was working at this wine cellars. Then like in the afternoon, we would have the last of the grapes come in, and then suddenly the power shoots off, so we can't do anything. So then everybody can't go to sleep because the grapes can't leave, because like otherwise the farmers lose their money. So what ended up happening was that like all of us just kind of had to sit there. Like there was people sitting on top of the tractors, there were people sitting on top of wine silos, like smoking a cigarette, like just waiting for the power to come on. The one day the power went off just before 4 in the afternoon, and then like the power only came back on the next morning at 2 o'clock. And then we had to take all of those grapes. Like nobody had slept at this point, my guy. Nobody had slept, because like everybody like needs to be alert when it starts. We need to go, because the next day is a full harvest day. Like we don't have a choice. Like the grapes are gonna come in like Godspeed. And like literally, like I fucking shit you not, like we hadn't even taken in the last grapes of the first day and the new batches started coming in. It was like the worst day of our like the worst day at the cellars. Like everybody was so tired, but like again, being South Africans, we made the fucking best out of it. So like everybody was just laughing, because like we had walkie-talkies as well, like to talk with each other in the different parts of the cellar and stuff, because like we were a bunch of like young adults that they usually just get in for the harvest period to like help out. So like every once in a while, everybody would like, someone would just like make a funny joke or something on the radio, just to, like keep everybody's spirits up. If you pass someone in the hallway, like that day when we all went to lunch, my guy, when we all went to lunch, because we got an hour lunch, we didn't even eat. Nobody ate. Everybody went, like we're covered in grapes and like muck and everything, and all of us just like went straight to our barrackses, and we fell asleep for an hour, and then we like went back inside and we had to go work, because like that's just like how things are. And like the whole time we're laughing and singing and playing, because like that's South Africa. And like I guess like that's the thing, like I've been like talking about like a lot of really angry things, and like my time is like really close to running up now, and I just want to say thank you to like everybody who's been here. Like I really appreciate the support. Thanks for all the likes. Like, oh my gosh, like I really don't check this side. So like I'm sorry if someone feels offended that I don't say hi. I do see the names coming in sometimes, like especially because the thing keeps moving. So like thank you guys really so much. Like I never check the stats until around about this time when I have to like start wrapping it up. But like yeah, like I kind of want to like I've been talking about like a lot of rage-filled things the whole time, and like I kind of like usually around this time try to like wrap it down in like a kind of like a nice way. And like I think like that was kind of like valid, the fact that like I kind of like stumbled upon the fact that we're just like this hardy nation of people. Like people aren't gonna get South Africans down. Like our government is shit, our resources are sparse, but when it comes down to the people, that we see every day, the people that we experience, the people we talk to, the people we live with, the people we work with, like that's what makes it all worth it in the end. Because whenever things get bad in South Africa, we get we get on it and we just get through it and we just like fucking knock it out and destroy like whatever they try to throw at us. And like I think like that's like the key point of all of this is like no matter how angry I get, no matter how fucked the medical system is and like taxes and like all of the things, like it doesn't really matter actually, because at the end of the day we all know, and that's like a South African thing, and I love that about us, is that like we know there's like we can fight the battle, but like we have to keep focusing on the fact that it's just gonna be this way. It's never gonna change. It's never really gonna, like, you can try to like change your own life, but like when it comes to like the general larger spectrum of things, you're never gonna change our government. Like there is the potential that like a lot of our Iron Curtain cohorts, like our elections are rigged. We don't know that. We don't know that. Like, it's not like every single citizen is counting every single ballot. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know if our votes matter, but we keep voting. We don't know if our voices are heard, but we keep talking. And at the end of the day, when it all gets too much, we have a double brandy and coke. We gooi a lamchoppie on the braai with a braaibroodjie, and the world makes sense again. So, yeah, I'm angry. I know a lot of us are, but, yeah, like, it's so funny, like, I love Fokov Politiekar. Like, I love Fokov Politiekar. And, like, there's this one line, in Brand Suid-Afrika where Francois says, "Jy kla oor die toestand van ons land, maar fucking doen iets daaromtrent, Brand Suid-Afrika." But let's be fair, like, we're not actually gonna burn down our country. We're just gonna, like, light a bunch of braais. Like, that's how we're gonna burn this country. Not, like, burn it down. We are gonna burn a bunch of fucking wood so that we can put a yellow skaap on there and, like, a yellow bees and, like, we're just, that's how we brand Suid-Afrika, because, like, the thing is, like, we're a strong nation. We're a strong nation of really cool people, and I have been to several countries in my life, and no matter where I've been or how shitty things here have been, I'm really proud to call myself a South African, and I'm really proud to be amongst that rainbow nation of strong ass people that the whole world like can't understand how we work or how we do things, but like it works for us and it always has, and I hope it always will. But yeah, I'll put up some links again, like for the people who always want to go view the backlogs. It's not a lot of you, I know that, but it's fine. I'll just always keep putting the links on. I don't know at the moment if I'm going to be able to keep to my usual schedule. I will try to, but like, yeah, I'll just like try to, I'm going to try to keep up to date with my TikToks. I am going to try to keep up to date with my lives as well. Yeah, it's just, with my health, it has been really difficult. But again, I would just like to thank all of the people who joined today. Thank you guys for being here. I'm speeding this up because like it gives me an alarm when I hit the hour mark, and it like it's really loud and it like breaks my brain. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Like, oh my god, like 2,772, which is a mirror number, and it makes my brain happy, and I thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, that's me. As I said, I will put like a highlight reel thing on with some links and stuff, but say lobby. Or say less, as the litter part of our universe would say. But anyway, I need to go before this thing starts buzzing at me. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll try to keep you as updated as I possibly can. So let me just get this button ready. But like, cause like I always push the wrong thing. Anyway, thank you for joining. Thank you for liking. See you next time.